friends, good morning to all of you. Welcome to my channel. So here this is the third session of the important topic chemical equilibrium. So friends, in NEET exams and IIT main examinations, so many questions are expected from this chapter chemical equilibrium. So in earlier sessions we discussed about Kc and Kp, the relation between Kc and Kp in various chemical reactions. So now in this video, we are going to learn some important topics such as law of chemical equilibrium, reaction quotient. Reaction quotient is indicated as Q, right? And then relation of Kc, Q and delta G, which is a Gibbs free energy, which is a thermodynamic term. So here we discuss about these three major topics. So start from this first one, law of chemical equilibrium. What is this? Law of chemical equilibrium. So here in every chemical reaction which is in equilibrium state, so see here, so assume that this is a equilibrium reaction. In this equilibrium reaction, A and B are reactants and C and D are products. Fine. After that, their molar concentrations are X and Y. For AB reactant, their molar concentrations are X and Y respectively. And for C and D products, their molar concentration are M and N. If you write the equation for Kc, now Kc, what do you mean by Kc? Kc is a equilibrium constant at molar concentration. So here, if you write the equation here, so C to the power of M and D to the power of N. Here, after that, reactants A to the power of X and B to the power of Y. Right? So this is a equation for Kc. Kc means equilibrium constant at molar concentration. So here we are discussing about active masses. Active masses is nothing but molar concentration of product and reactant. So here the law of chemical equilibrium states that at any instant, or at any given temperature, the product of molar concentration of chemical reactive products, which are stoichiometric coefficient at a balanced chemical reaction, is divided by the molar concentrations, the product of molar concentrations of reactant at given temperature. So this is called the law of chemical equilibrium. So it is not confused. So see here, on the upper side, the products molar concentrations are given, right? So here in downside we have get these reaction concentrations are given. So here these product and reactive concentrations, which are in a proper stoichiometric coefficients, are divided with each other and we get the proper Kc value. So this law is called law of chemical equilibrium. Got it? So next we go to next topic. Now if you see these examples, H2 plus I2 gives rise to 2Hi. So here, if you write this reaction, in this reaction, these are the reactants and Hi is a product, right? So if you write the reaction for Kc, you have to write like this: Hi is products, molar concentration 2 moles, and reactant hydrogen is 1 mole and iodine is 1 mole. So here in this reaction, okay, the Kc value is Hi of 2 and H1, H2 1 and I2 is 1. So here this indicates, okay, forward reaction. This indicates forward reaction. If you discuss about backward reaction, now Kc1 is equal to, now in backward reaction what happens? So 2Hi gives H2 plus I2 in backward reaction. In forward reaction we get hydrogen iodide is a product. In backward reaction hydrogen iodide gives hydrogen and iodine. So here if you write Kc, okay, K1C value, K1C, this is Kc and this one is K1C value. So K1C is equal to, here the products are hydrogen iodine. So hydrogen 1 molar and iodine 1 mole. Okay. So here reactants are 2Hi. It means hydrogen iodide, okay, upon 2. So here this one is K1C. So here K1C is equal to H2, okay, and I2 by Hi2. Okay. So here this is called backward reaction. What we call this? Backward reaction or reverse reaction. So in forward reaction hydrogen iodide is formed. In backward reaction hydrogen iodide gives hydrogen and iodine. So here the two reaction equilibrium constants are there, Kc and K1C. So here if you assume the relation between Kc and K1C, so here, okay, Kc is equal to, okay, K1C 1 minus K1C. Okay. So here what is the reason behind this means, here this is the inverse. The relation is inverse. The relation is inverse. What is the relation? Now the forward reaction, in the forward reaction is inversely proportional to the, okay, equilibrium constant of backward reaction. In the forward reaction equilibrium constant is inversely proportional to, okay, equilibrium constant of backward reaction. So here the concentration is X. So in backward reaction the concentration is 1 by X. So similarly Kc is equal to 1 by K1C. So this is the, okay, law of chemical equilibrium. Okay, you got it. Next we move to another topic. Now second one, reaction quotient. Okay, so reaction quotient is denoted as Q. Reaction quotient is denoted as Q and it is, okay, two types, QC and QP. So what do you mean by QC and QP? So QC is reaction quotient of molar concentrations, and this one is reaction quotient of partial pressure, right? So here firstly what do you mean by reaction quotient? So reaction quotient is indicating or predicting the direction, the way of direction. So in which way the chemical reaction is proceeds. So here this reaction quotient is predicting the direction of the chemical reaction. So the reaction is in which state. So here we have some pictures now. See these pictures. Okay, so this one is QC, this one is KC. So this one is QC and KC, and this one is KC and QC. So here QC is less than Kc. Here QC is equal to Kc, and here QC is okay greater than Kc. So here in three diagrams, if we see these three diagrams, so this one is indicating the direction. First diagram, second diagram is equal, okay, and third diagram is okay unequal. So here this is equal, this is not equal. So this is equal and these both are not equal. So here based on these diagrams, we come to know that here the reaction quotient is representing or predicting okay the direction of the reaction. So which reaction? The reaction is okay in the chemical equilibrium. So if the reaction proceeds in a chemical equilibrium, so here in first diagram you see here quotient QC is a concentration of okay reactants and products. So in this forward reaction, what happens? Forward reaction, reactants okay become products. So here decrease in the okay concentration of reactant and increase in the concentration of product takes place. So the QC is less than Kc. Now in okay this picture you see here concentration of products decreases and concentration of reactant increases. So here QC greater than Kc. Okay. Now QC is equal to Kc. This one is QC is equal to Kc. So at this point, okay, the concentration of reactant and product are equal. So here because of this equal equilibrium mixture, so the constant okay equilibrium state, the product and reactant concentration are remains equal. So here QC is equal to Kc. So here Q is equal to reaction quotient, that is indicating in any chemical reaction okay it is predicting the okay direction of the reaction, whether that is proceeds to forward reaction or backward reaction. If reaction is proceed to forward reaction, reactants become products. So decrease in the concentration of reactants and increase in the concentration of products. So in such conditions, QC is not greater to Kc. Okay. So in backward reactions, here the QC is more. Why? Because QC means here product, from product to reactions we go. So this is a backward reaction. In this reaction, QC value is greater to Kc. So at at equilibrium state, the both mixtures, the both reactant and product mixtures which attains the equilibrium, which attains the equal okay concentration. So it is QC is equal to Kc. Okay, you understood this one? So here Q reaction quotient is two types. QC means here reaction quotient of molar concentrations. If any gaseous substances are in the reaction, we used QP. So here QP is reaction quotient of partial pressure. Okay, you got it? Next, we move to next topic. Next, third one, the relation okay of Kc, Q and delta G. So here, what is the relation between Kc, okay, equilibrium constant at molar concentration, and Q reaction quotient and delta G. Delta G is nothing but here thermodynamic concept which is okay gives free energy. What is this? Gives free energy. So delta G, as we know that delta G is equal to delta H minus T delta S. So already in thermodynamics, okay, chapter we discussed about okay the change in delta G. So here delta H minus T delta S is equal to delta H minus T delta S. Now here, okay, so what is the relation between Kc, Q and delta G? So before going to discuss all these things, if we write the mathematical relationship of this, okay, so the delta G is equal to, okay, delta G naught plus RT ln Q. So this is the, okay, equation for delta G. This delta G is equal to delta G naught. So here delta G naught, okay, is equal to standard Gibbs free energy. What is this? Standard Gibbs free energy. So now see here friends, delta G is equal to 0. How? Delta G is equal to 0 at equilibrium state. Equilibrium state. Okay. In such conditions, Q is equal to K. Already we discussed that in such Q is equal to reaction quotient is equal to Kc. K means Kc. So here reaction quotient is equal to Kc, and in such, okay, such a condition delta G also equal to 0. So at delta G equal to 0 means it indicating equilibrium state. So here in this reaction, if we write this value, delta G is equal to delta G naught plus RT, right, ln, instead of Q we have to write K, right. So now delta G naught, actually delta G value is 0, so we have to take delta G naught is equal to, okay, RT ln K, right. So now if we take ln K is equal to, okay, minus delta G naught, right, by RT. So here anti-log of either side we get K is equal to, okay, e to the power of minus delta G naught by RT. So this is a mathematical derivation of, okay, the relation of Kc, Q and delta G. So by using this relation, if E minus, okay, minus delta G by RT, delta G naught by RT value greater than, okay, 0, E minus delta G naught by RT less than 0, or minus delta G naught by RT, okay, is equal to 0. So here this is forward reaction takes place, backward reaction takes place. Here this one is equilibrium state. So here E naught minus delta G naught by RT greater than 0, okay, the reaction is proceeds and it is said to be spontaneous reaction. What we call this? Spontaneous reaction. So in generally in spontaneous reaction, delta G, okay, delta G is equal to negative. Delta G is equal to the value of delta G is equal to negative for spontaneous reactions. Okay, in reversible or non-spontaneous reactions, reversible reaction, so the delta G value is positive. Okay, so here spontaneous reactions delta G value is negative. Now non-spontaneous reactions are reversible reaction, delta G value is positive, and at equilibrium reactions delta G is equal to 0. So here these are the very important bits for NEET examinations, and these small values are also very important. Why? Because if this value is greater than 0, it proceeds forward reaction, which is spontaneous reaction, and the delta G value is negative. And if backward reaction takes place, now the delta, okay, this value is less than 0, okay. Next, reversible reaction takes place, and if this value is equal to 0, equilibrium state is attained, okay. So this is the relation between Kc, Q and delta G. So here from three topics, so main important bits are expected. So you prepare well for all these things. So we come with the next equilibrium 4, okay, session, which are very important. Dishart principle. So thank you very much. Be okay, punctual, very consistent about your future. Thank you very much.